I try to keep an open mind, grasp the bigger picture. The more I see that I'm so blind, what does my own future hold? Caught up in my emotions, how do I control them? What do I know? Where will I go from here?
Wow. 5.5 years ago, our friend Robert Jean Pierre, currently known as Robin Jackson, graced us with her performance, which was so soothing, despite what happened in the news back then. Now, in 2022, a lot has changed. COVID, everything opening up, and people getting back into creative rhythm, especially Robin. She's been making more music, and she's been doing more performances wherever she can. And I got a chance to meet up with her and interview her in a sit down, just, catching up as old friends. We once went to City Tech together, so now we got to see how we're doing post college years. Check it out in this clip. Hey guys, Maximilian here, part of the Spotlight team. I'm here with Robin Jean Pierre, at least that's her former name. Now it's Robin Jackson, because she's now married to our lovely friend Angel Jackson, which congratulations, by the way. Nice to finally have more young married couples coming up now.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, as you know, it's been 5 years. Wow, 5 years since you've been on the show last time. And now, looking back at your performances, which, by the way, the last one was amazing. How are you feeling nowadays? Do you feel like you've come far in your music making career, or do you feel like you still got ways to go?
Well, let me just start off by saying thank you so much for having me on the show. Thank you for connecting me to Dave. You guys are a really amazing team, and I still can't believe it's already been 5 years. But I would say that since then, I would definitely like to think that I've grown a lot, and I think I've become a little bit more serious about my music and then also more skilled with music production. So one thing I've had a lot of fun with learning over the past few years, which City Tech helped me with as well, which is
Mm,
where we met. I learned audio engineering. So I've slowly gotten different bits of gear and equipment that could help me do recording from home. So I've been doing a lot of
nice.
DIY music composition and like recording myself singing and playing. So that's been a really fun project, but I definitely would also say I have a long way to go. I feel as if there's so much more to learn. And there was definitely a season I kind of plateaued and felt like, well,
Mm,
what is there next to go to? I wasn't really practicing as much, but I
mm.
think that passion has definitely reignited. And now I just kind of feel like there's so much more to learn, whether it's technique, whether it's just other genres of music I might have explored before. So yeah.
I see. Would you say that the lockdown plateaued the passion, or it wasn't a factor in that reason?
I would say honestly, even before the pandemic, I kind of plateaued. So I would
Mm,
say that maybe during it, as a lot of people could probably agree, that sparked the creativity because now it felt like, well, I have all this time on my hands. What do I want to do with it?
right.
So I definitely had more time to look into learning GarageBand, for example, and
Oh
that's
yeah, that's
been
right.
really useful. It's the main digital audio workspace I use to produce some of my songs from home. So it's been
Mm.
really cool.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Yeah, I heard about GarageBand. I think my cousin does that because he does music now too.
Yeah.
And speaking of music, so do you do this for fun, or is this a career goal for you? Like, what is your goal with your music?
It's a really good question. I would say I definitely want this to be something I do full time or
Mm,
I mean it's tricky. I guess I would say a lot of my time would go toward it. I wouldn't necessarily want it to be my sole source of income, but I do want to treat it as something that I invest as much of my energy and my time as I can and still function.
right.
I really am passionate about music. I love songwriting, I love composing and producing. So one thing I could imagine seeing myself doing in the future is being like an onstage performer maybe touring and going in concerts. But I also like the idea of the behind the scenes, like maybe composing music for movies or video games. So the
Oh
sky's
yeah.
pretty much the limit. But yeah, I definitely would like to make a career out of it.
Yeah, there's definitely room for your kind of music in those areas, especially now because a lot of games and stuff like that have like solemn or very calming R&B style music. Like you
Yeah.
do R&B, correct, or is it more soulful?
I'm not the best with genres. I feel like everything's a little bit of a fusion, but I would say yeah, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of soul.
Oh, okay. Right, because I'm trying to go by based on your performances that I've seen like over the years. And this since it is a career goal, I do want to ask because you and I come from two sides of the spectrum when it comes to the entertainment industry. We both know that the industry is not exactly, for lack of a better word, Christian friendly nowadays. Like you gotta tiptoe around things, and we already seen what happened with one of the girls from Full House. What would be your advice for anyone who is coming from that line of faith, who wants to work in the industry that could either make you or break you, for lack of a better word?
Really great question. I would say any answer I can give wouldn't be from a place of I already made it there, like there's still so much to learn about the industry, but just what I've observed and seen, I think it's super important for artists in general, but also those with a specific faith background, like mine being Christian, is to just really evaluate what are your values. And anybody can make music. So you have to ask yourself, are you just making music to make music? Or are you seeing this as something that you're doing that supports your faith and that promotes that and it can inspire others and invite them into your faith? And if it's the latter, then I would say there's a lot more to be careful of and making sure that in your music production and how you're going about putting yourself out there, you're not compromising your integrity. You're not, making any sort of shady business deals that are putting profit over people. I
Mm,
definitely personally believe in more of a people over profit kind of model and seeking first to add value to people and trusting that once they get what they need, naturally my needs are going to be provided for too. So even for me, loving music so much is not so much about the money. I think it would be great for me to get paid for what I do, but it's something that I love so much I would do it even if I never got paid, right? So I never want to make decisions that's just going to maximize money. I want to maximize exposure and reach to people and inspiring people through my music.
nice. Yes, I like that answer. I've seen people say something like that. That's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really important. Amen to that. I do want to ask. So, this is 2022, a year we've only seen in movies. I'm surprised we're here to see it, not for nothing. But what can we expect from you going into next year? This is holiday season time. What can we expect going into New Year? Into the new year with you. Sorry.
It's a great and exciting question. I think that for one, I would definitely be planning to be putting out more music. I've been a little bit more lax and kind of sheltered with what I'm doing, and it's not that I want it to be hidden. I think I just haven't always put in the time to even create content. So I think for 2023, one of my goals with that is to make more content, more videos, do more covers, and then also find a way to professionally record some of my own songs, even if I start off with just doing GarageBand and doing it myself. But it would be great if I could find someone who could help me make it like professional standard. Because, I have my little bedroom studio, but one
Yeah,
day I hope to be in an actual studio and like really put out some, quality content. That would be great.
yeah. Well, hey, a lot of quality musicians have started in their bedroom. Alicia Keys, one of her
Yeah.
famous photos is music studio in her little apartment from New York in like the early late '90s. So
Wow. That's
you just might
inspiring.
let's just see what's up. Let's see what happens. So thank you, Robin. This is great. Love seeing you again, my friend.
Thank you.
We hope to see you again next year. We're excited to see what kind of music you'll see. Let's see what kind of material you bring out. Hope everything goes well for you. God bless, my friend. Thank you for being here. We'll see you guys later here on the Spotlight.